Module 8, Introduction to Probability Notes. This is page 7. So backing up just a little, there are two different ways for us to interpret a probability. Okay, so we have a group interpretation and an individual interpretation. So let's take a look at example 7. An article was published that said that 10% of Americans are left-handed, go lefties. Let's take a look at the two ways we can interpret. Okay. If we're talking about the group interpretation, this is part 1, we are going to say that 10% of all Americans are left-handed. Okay. We can also look at this individually. So point 2 says if I randomly meet a person, the probability that they are left-handed is 0.1 or 10%. Okay. So we can look at this in terms of the entire population or in terms of an individual, and it's going to depend on what our situation is. So example 8, last part of the notes here, goes back to some of those terms on the very first page. Spacing-wise, I guess it made sense to put it back here. So the sample space is the list of all possible outcomes, and we list that in brackets. The sample space for rolling a 6-sided die is everything we see on these 6 sides of that die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. B, we want the sample space for choosing 1 ball out of a bag of 6 yellow and 3 red balls. I am not going to list yellow 6 times. This sample space does not show us the probabilities. It just shows us what could happen. So my sample space is yellow and red. That's it. What is the sample space for choosing 2 balls out of a bag of 6 yellow and 3 red? So I could choose yellow, yellow. I could choose yellow, red. I could choose red, yellow. And I could choose red, red. Notice I have at least 2 of each color, so I am not going to run out of a color. And those are our possibilities. D, the sample space for a sex of baby twins. So we're talking about probability and the order matters. So here are my twins. I can have a girl and then a girl and then a boy and then a girl, or 2 boys. 4 different ways this could happen. What is the probability that a set of twins will both be boys? So here's our probability notation. Probability of 2 boys is 1 out of the 4 different possibilities we have. Probability that a set of twins will be 1 girl and 1 boy is, I'm going to put it this way, the probability we get a girl and a boy, or the probability we get a boy then a girl, which is 1/4 plus 1/4, which equals 1/2. A 50% probability that a set of twins will have 1 girl and 1 boy.